Dr. Ravi needs to meet both Jessie J and Bobby face to face. So he's hit the road. First stop, Lancashire.
Hiya, hello, you Jessie J's mum?
I am.
Hello, are you Jessie J? Can you do a high five?
Yay.
Oh, nice to meet you. You're very cute. Oh, who's that over there? What's that?
Doggy.
Hello, doggy. She looked me straight in the face, she high-fived me, she took me to see the dog. So all of that shows that she was comfortable with me. Hello, I can see.
No, Mummy's sitting here. No.
Dr. Ravi's investigating whether Jessie J's having typical toddler tantrums or whether there's something more serious going on.
Oh, Jessie J. What's this? Watching her play was really revealing. She has good imaginative play. How have things developed in terms of her communication?
There's a few words. They're not clear like me and you would say them.
OK. Oh, is that for Mummy?
Yeah, I've got to feed her.
Ah.
Are you spitting it out?
She's definitely trying to make sentences, isn't
Yeah.
she? I couldn't understand what she was saying, but I don't know whether you could
No.
follow. So even you were struggling with that. Is you feeling that she's made progress, or is she no further on from where she was 6 months ago?
The single words she does say are definitely getting clearer.
Yeah.
All done now.
All done. Have you had enough? What a good girl. There does still seem to be some underlying reason why she's not speaking as she should. I do think it would be extremely useful to get a specialist speech and language therapist involved, just to help to continue to develop her speech and language skills. See ya. You get a high five.
Yay.
Hey.
But will solving Jessie J's communication problems sort out her tornado-like tantrums?
I think the day I have a conversation, we all probably cry.
To find the answers as soon as possible that parents have struggled to get for years requires a team of experts.
I'd like to ask Helen Gill, who's a speech and language therapist, to meet Jessie J and her parents. A lot of people think that a speech and language therapist is just there for people with stammers and people who can't quite say words, but what they can actually do is look at the whole process of communication.
A 3-year-old might not speak for a variety of reasons, but one thing I do know is that it's rarely straightforward. There's normally an awful lot of factors at play. Hello! Hiya! Nice to meet you. I'm Helen.
Oh, no. Wow, it's a spider.
There he is again. Pretty spider. It was really interesting that she might have spoken about something that she'd enjoyed when she was looking at the book, but she didn't look at me with a social check to make sure that I was also looking at that. And I've got my favourite little horsey.
No.
No? Boo! Pew! Stinky sock. Hairbrush, cup, plate, fork. These are all words that really should be very familiar to an early 3-year-old. Jessie J, can you show me the hairbrush? Where's the hairbrush? It was really interesting that she really wasn't willing to follow my instructions in terms of actually even looking at them or even noticing them. Where's the hairbrush gone? Oh! Where's the hairbrush? Here's a smelly sock. And that's quite unusual for a little girl of the age of 3. Well, I think we're pretty much done for today. Just as I was leaving, I was aware that Jessie J was using a little bit of peripheral vision, which meant that she was looking just out the corner of her eye, and not in a communicative way, she was just looking at things around her. To a speech and language therapist, we would certainly regard that as being quite significant.
Helen has spotted some subtle signs that could indicate this isn't just a speech delay.
Whilst on the surface this might look like quite a straightforward case of a little girl not developing spoken language, I think actually there's an awful lot of factors at play here. Bye! Bye. And I want to take all of those observations back to the team because I think we've got some really interesting things that we need to consider.
One possibility is autism, which affects around 1 in 100 people. It's a condition where pathways in the brain are different, affecting social skills, communication and behaviour patterns, such as a fixation on particular interests. Up to 90% of people on the spectrum also have sensory issues around smells, sounds or textures. With an earlier diagnosis, their lives could be very different. Helen's called a meeting with Dr. Dawn and Dr. Ravi to discuss Jessie J.
She was using words appropriately. She was actually putting 2 words together from time to time as well. It seemed that she had good imaginative play, and I didn't feel that it was on balance, more likely that she had a wider behavioural problem?
Because she's a girl, I think she actually understands quite a lot of around basic learned social interactions. So she does greet you, she can say goodbye, she can do very set, what looks like imaginative play. Hey, let's draw, mummy. But in terms of true, flexible, extending your play, I didn't see evidence of that.
By imitating people around her, Helen thinks Jessie J might be hiding the signs of autism, but some traits, like peripheral vision, she cannot conceal.
What I was concerned about with her expressive language is definitely affected by the dummy, and that's affecting all her speech sounds as well. Pretty spider. But I also think it's providing a bit of a red herring, because I think it gives the impression actually there might be more language there than there possibly is.
So those are quite subtle things, and I certainly didn't pick up on them in the brief time I spent there. So you're looking more perhaps towards there being an element of a social communication problem then?
I think it's something we can't rule out.
If you are looking to make a diagnosis of something like autism, you are effectively looking at a lifelong condition, and it's important that we're absolutely certain before we label a child.
It's not clear-cut with Jessie J, so the team must look for more clues about her behaviour.